Are you just posting and hoping for the best? Sure, you wouldn't mind more engagement, but deep down, you want to turn those likes and comments into real...
It was in, I think I remember it was in, hey, let me go forever, huh? Hey, let me go forever, huh? Hey, let me go forever, huh? Let me go forever, huh? Hey, let me go forever, huh? 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 Hey, since I've been in trouble, I ain't never going back. Nigga shit ain't fuck with me, I know it, that's the fact. Shady shit ain't fuck with me, I told him, nigga cat. Since the day and now, for the bitch, it up a back, happen. One more, we got hit. Since 954, I packing up the show. 6994, I did it, let me know. Since the day and 94, I'm popping up the show. Day and 94, I'm popping, that's the show. Since the day and 94, I. Since the day and 94, I'm popping up the show. Since the day and 06, I'm. Since the day and 94, I'm popping up the show. Since the day and 06, I hopping on my grind. Day and 94, I'm popping that for sure. Since that day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 08, since the day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Since the day in 09, ain't been the same, I know. Day in 94, I'm popping up the show. Since that day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 09, ain't been the same, I know. Since the day I know, hey, since the day I know. Then we got another one. Put it back. So I did it, that's for sure. Since the day in 06, I poppin', I'm on road. Since the day in 09, I ain't saying no. Since the day in 05, since the day in 94, I'm poppin', that's for sure. Since the day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm on. Since that day in 09, I ain't the same, I know. Since that day I know, hey, since that day I know, hey. Then we got us another one. I think I wrote them all. Never showed. Since the day in 96, I on the grind, I'm gone. Since the day in 09, I did it. I don't know. Since the day, I know. Since the day in 09, I'm sure. Since the day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Since the day in 09, ain't been the same, I know. Since the day I know. Since that day I know. that day. I've been poppin', tryna be great, hey, since that day. Shawty stopping, and she can't, hey, since that day. I be yellow, I can wait, hey, since that day. I gotta get it, let me spray. Niggas see what they said in 9-4, I had to get it. Since the day I fight for my life from the beginning. Doctor said I wasn't gonna be an hour, yeah, he lied. Yeah, I knew some days I had to get it in my prime. If I wasn't live, I wouldn't be able to hoop. Yeah, you know I love the hoop. From the ball, I love the scoop. One dribble, pull up, ooh, with he facial shot he do. Woo! Coming down, he hit him with that switch, I'm finna pool. Since that day in 9-4, I pop and never show. Hey, since that day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Hey, since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. Since that day, I know. Since that day, I know. Since that day in 9-4, I did it ever show. Hey, since that day in 06, I'm on my grind, I'm gone. Hey, since that day in 09, I ain't been the same for sure. Ain't been the same, I know. Ain't been the same, I know. Love. Since that day in 06, my uncle pulled out fat stacks. I had to get it going quick. Had to realize the only thing was stopping me was me. Niggas said what they said, but they ain't stopping that for street. I ain't popping like you niggas. I ain't popping like you hoes. Did my shit, I did that shit, and I'm do some shit some more. Worried about it, never get that money, let me know. Popping on the road, I gotta pop out, get dough for the road. Shawty fucking with me, let me know I ain't no hoe. Stayed down and came up, I got my fucking throne. And by the time you realize the plot, I be gone in the jet, on the road for that shit. Cause since that day in 9-4, I'm popping never show. Since that day in 06, I been on my grind, I know. Hey, since that day in 9-4, I did it, let me know. Since that day I know. Since that day in 9-4, I did it, that's for sure. Hey, since that day in 06, I'm popping, hop on road. Hey, since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. Since that day I know, hey, since that day I know, yeah. Since that day I know, way. I said like since the day I know, way. I said like since the day I know, hey, since that day I know, wait, since that day I know, yeah. Since that day I know, since that day I know, hey, since that day I know. Since that day in 9-4, I been poppin' shit. Since that day in 06, I been having shit. Since that day in 09, I ain't never been the same. Since that day in 09, I ain't never played the game. Since that day in 09, I stayed up in my lane. It changed my whole life, but it turned me to a man. Since that day, since that day. Since that day, since that day, since that day, since that day, since that day in 9-4, I never came to play. I'm present, I approve this message since that day, boy. Man. Hey, man, we all right, I'll be back.